What up? What up? What up? What up? All right. So it's your boy Marcel P Black checking in. Trying to do something different, man. For some reason, when I make these rants, y'all like to look at my face as opposed to listen to them. So I'm trying to introduce some new content to my YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? Go to Marcel P Black. Just search Marcel P Black on YouTube or Maroon Music One. You know what I'm saying? To get my information. Um, this is Black Thoughts Radio. Now I apologize. It's super late at night. I got up out the bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. Decided that I want to do a podcast. I ain't got no haircuts. Y'all gotta excuse me. I ain't been to uppercuts in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Trying out the video stuff as well as the audio stuff. So bear with me. It's the first time. Literally, my wife and kids are asleep, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I got out the bed, put some clothes on, so I won't be looking too crazy. But yeah, like I said, this is Black Thoughts Radio, I guess, and TV now. For those who are not familiar, my name is Marcel P. Black. MC, born in Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? Residing in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Writer, facilitator, I guess you could say promoter, national touring artist, mental health counselor, most importantly, husband and father, you know what I'm saying? Just I was podcasting a lot a couple years ago and decided I want to get back into it and do something different because, I just feel like I got a couple things that might be useful to a young artist, you know what I'm saying? So, first thing I'm going to talk about, well, today's topic is about the pros of doing free shows. The pros of doing free shows. So, I'm often hearing young artists talking about, artists who are kind of up and coming. They really haven't established themselves too much, but they might have really good music or they might be really good performers, kind of complain about they're not doing shows unless they're getting paid. Or I also hear different artists who might have a buzz, that and the third, but they talk about, man, I ain't doing no shows unless I get that bag. Well, ain't nobody paying them the bag, so they're not really doing no shows. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to talk about it. I hear it all the time, man. Like for me, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm from the old school, so I had to earn everything the long way, the hard way, and I'm thankful for it because if I never would have put that time in to get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very important that and I feel like can't nobody really, like I could call my own shots to do my own things because I put the time in and I was able to boss up. But it took me doing a lot of stuff for free, doing a lot of stuff bartering, you know what I'm saying? I didn't take no shortcuts, I ain't use no cheat codes to get where I'm at today, you know what I'm saying? Which is, and I'm blessed to even say, some of these things. So I'm going to tell a couple stories and then I'm going to get into the pros of it. And there definitely are cons, which really don't need to be talked about, but we can if we want to. But and then I'll tell a couple more stories, and then I'm gonna get some free game on some other stuff. All right. So a place that's near dear to my heart, my second home, Jackson, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? I did my first show in Jackson, Mississippi, and by this time, so this is 2011. I just dropped a couple projects. Things were going good for myself. Still wasn't getting a lot of paid shows. Excuse me. Not getting a lot of paid shows, you know what I'm saying? Not even really getting gas money for stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And but I'm hungry, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping projects. I'm trying to get on any stage I possibly can to prove myself. So it's May 14th, 2011. I went to Jackson, Mississippi for the first time to go rock. I went up there with Truth Universal, Slangston Hughes, and Lyric Hill, and I did my thing. Had a really, really, really good set. I made a really, really good impression. I met some pretty cool people, and I just started building a relationship with them. I met Kamikaze, the OG Kamikaze. What up, Coach? I met Kamikaze, and man, we bonded and built a relationship to where he had an event called not Elements, Generation Next, and it was at Club Dreams that he used to own it at the time. And man, when I say every chance I could go, this is pretty much every other month going to Jackson, Mississippi on a Sunday night, you know what I'm saying, rapping for free, doing, 3 or 4 songs, you know what I'm saying, but I'm going out there selling mad CDs or whatever and just building a fan base. That's why I met Dollar Black. That's why I met, that's why I met Pie Infamous. That's why I met Coke Mubanye. That's why I met Fifth Child. And that's my brother now. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of people, MCs that was coming up and doing their things around that time. A whole bunch of other Jackson artists. I can't remember everybody. But a whole bunch of Jackson artists and people who I consider friends and homeboys right now. You know what I'm saying? But I went out there as much as I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? On the Sunday night, the show's over at 1. I got to drive 2.5 hours back, you know what I'm saying, to get to Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? At, almost 3 or 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And you get up going to work that Monday, dealing with my kids, whatever I had to do. And I did this as much as possible until, that kind of slowed down. But I built such a fan base. My head cut crooked this way. All right. But I built such a fan base that I was able to, like, parlay that into different events. So now, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting gas money. You know what I'm saying? Now I was like, man, you ain't got to drive back. You can stay by my crib. Now I'm dropping more projects. I'm doing more things or whatever. And, okay, I can get $100 a show. You know what I'm saying? Now I can get booked to do headline stages at Jackson City Music Week. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm able to do all these other things, open up with other artists come through and get paid pretty nice. And this is taking, so you're talking about like going to Jackson. I still go to Jackson about 6 or 7 times a year, and I might only rap 2 or 3 times because I do a lot of business out there. I do a lot of my recording out there. I do, shoot videos out there, podcast interviews, all types of different things, you know what I'm saying? So now I book my own events. We got the Coach Over Everything shows, and I book my own venues of headline shows at Offbeat, and, you know what I'm saying, done stuff at Howlin' Miles or whatever. But it all started, if I was on some, well, I'm not going nowhere unless I get paid, you know what I'm saying, then it never worked. On a local standpoint, man, look, before I started getting paid in Baton Rouge, it didn't matter. Every single show, and this is important, so I'm going to transition. So, the pros of doing these free shows when you up and coming. Number 1, rehearsal. Rehearsal. The worst thing I see is people who are not ready to be up on that stage, and you know what I'm saying, they get up on the stage and they're not that good yet. You know what I'm saying? You rapping over vocals, which is going to be a whole other topic sometimes. You rapping over vocals, you know what I'm saying? Your transitions is whack. You don't know your words. It's just not really a good set. So rehearsal, man, do as many free shows as possible till they get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? Till they tired of you, till they say, okay, boom. Because what's going to happen is, if you lock your city down on a local tip, after a while you're doing so many free shows, somebody will call you, offer you some money, or somebody in the neighboring city or something, where in the region, maybe somewhere else in the States can hear what you're doing. They say, hey man, I hear what you're doing, you're dope or whatever, you come on out or whatever. So you got to get better and better and better and better and better and better. Just because you think you dope, just because you had 2 or 3 shows, that don't really mean that you're just the best and you deserve to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the person who thinks that because you wake up out of bed and go rap, you should deserve to get paid or whatever. Because I can tell you this as an artist and a facilitator, so much goes on behind, you know what I'm saying, earning this check and paying somebody something to do something or whatever. So you have to earn that the hard way. And another way, a part of earning this thing is networking. It's networking. So going to shows that, and doing these free shows, sometimes opportunity is the most priceless thing. Let me repeat. If you're not getting $50 or $200 or whatever it is when you first coming up, and you stay home, you tripping. Especially when you see a bill has artists who are very, very accomplished. You see a bill with artists who travel all over the country. They could be underground, but they're doing more than you. So if you have an opportunity to get, especially if they're underground, you have an opportunity to go to some of these bills and network with these artists who are touring the country like you are. You need to go ahead and build that bill. Don't make it about no money, man. Like, I'd be an idiot. One of the most transformative performances of my life was an open up for Run the Jewels almost 5.5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. That was August of 2013. Me meeting Killer Mike literally changed my life, and I'm about to do like a whole podcast on the things he taught me and how I put it into fruition. But what if I would have said, nah, man, because I was popping in Baton Rouge at the time. Trap Pop had just dropped. I was popping. Now what if I'd have been like, man, Spanish Moon don't want to pay me $100, $150? I ain't doing it. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? What if I would have told KRS One people, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not going to open up for y'all because it's free. When I got to open up for Sean Price, you know what I'm saying, and Guilty Simpson and all these people in Houston, what if I'd be like, nah, I'm not doing it? Hell no. I'm doing it, man. And those type of things, they really, really look great on your resume, you know what I'm saying? And you get to network, you get to meet people, you get to meet like-minded artists, you get to find out who the DJs are, who are friendly and putting stuff on their radio shows and their mixtapes and they playing your music or whatever. You get to find out who the other rappers are who are like you, trying to make the same type of moves you are. You get to find the managers and the booking agents and the talent buyers who they look for artists like that, and they see that you're serious about the situation. They're gonna rock with you eventually if you show up consistently, do good work. And number 3, the most important thing, promotion. So now you get to practice, you get to network, and you get to promote. So what I used to do is, let's say this might be a super duper underground rapper coming to the Spanish Moon or coming to Northgate Tavern. Boom. If you get up there and say, everybody put your black fist up in the air like this, I'm like, oh snap, he make the type of music I do. So I'm looking at the crowd at every single person who got their black fist in the air, and I know I need to go talk to them when they say it's over. Boom. My name is Marcel P. Black. I'm a non-traditional conscious rapper. I'm from right here in Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Here's my CD. If you like that type of content, I do this here, and I'm homegrown. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people come in from out of town, you feel me? And they bring out people to the hip hop shows that never come to our local artists hip hop shows. Because a lot of people in Baton Rouge or wherever at, they don't understand that we do have these type of artists locally because we don't ever show up or whatever. So that's what I do. So now when this artist come back in town, Spanish Moon or Northgate Tavern, whoever know, hey, Marcel P. Black is a perfect fit for this show. Because he come up, he gonna promote, he gonna bring people or whatever. So promotion, man. Like you go out there, you pass out some CDs, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a whole other thing about CDs too, why they're so important for a touring artist. But pass out CDs, pass out flyers, business card, take pictures, go promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you got an event coming up, if you just about to drop a tape or album or something like that, or even if you ain't got nothing physical, have have your face on the flyer, have some nice graphics or whatever, or the artwork for the project, and have all the links to your social media, have all your links to all your streams, where they can follow you at online or whatever. Because let me tell you, man, word of mouth and face-to-face promotion still works. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's all digital now, and I'm hella digital too. You're looking at me digitally. But I'm telling you, this stuff really, really works. It makes an impact on people because if you can go stream Rick Ross' new album or Drake's new album, whatever, from Spotify, then why would I go out my way to stream Marcel P. Black? Why would I stream somebody local? The difference is you can't touch Drake, you can't touch J. Cole, you can't touch Rick Ross. You can touch me, I'm in your face. And I'm trying to make music, or if I do make music, just as good as, and not better, some of these big guys, these major guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to be able to go to have good rehearsal so you can be super duper dope. It's important to go network and find like-minded people and build with people that can enhance your career and take you to the next level. And it's also important to promote what you got going on. To make people know you, whatever. So those are the pros of doing free shows if you're not getting paid. Because if you're not getting paid, somebody else is out there doing the networking while you at home. Because you don't get, you don't get paid shit to sit at home and tweet and Facebook and complain about what you're not doing. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a hustler, man, let me tell you, bro, I had albums come out, and I still do this. Man, if I'm cool with somebody doing the show, I ain't even got to perform. I pull up and go sell my merch. And I'm going to get to that later. But, also, go, whatever, I'm going to talk about that later, too. All right, so I'm going to tell you another story. So I told you about when I kind of started off, as an up-and-coming artist, not really established, how me doing free shows and going to the free shows, and I'm rehearsing, and I'm networking, and I'm promoting, and how it really, really benefited me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And it helped me, build my buzz and get into the Dig, into the Advocate, and the 225, and these local publications. It got me played on the radio. I had 3 projects on the CMJs, you know what I'm saying, with Trap Hop I Love Her, 2 and Black Soul consecutively, you know what I'm saying. A lot of it based off of the love I got from KLSU, you know what I'm saying, and other, college radios, you know what I'm saying. If you don't know what the CMJs are, it's the College Music Journal, and I was on the top 40 hip-hop charts with 3 different projects. I want to say my best ranked at like 29, and this is an international chart, you know what I'm saying. But, but it helped me, doing these free shows is making a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that the opportunity is much, much greater sometimes than the money you can get, especially if you're not making that money. If it ain't but $50, what the fuck you doing? Go grind, go hustle, go earn that or whatever, because sometimes opportunities are priceless. I'm going to tell you another story. So, last year, I'm doing this, I'm trying to do these shows, and I'm trying to open up different states. And, in 2017, on the 15 States of Bus thing, I didn't have a whole lot of luck in terms of breaking into the Midwest. When I did go to the Midwest, it was already after the 15 States of Bus was over. And, I went on tour with Alfred. So we did Chicago and we did St. Louis. So, because I did these 17 states or 15 states of Bus, X how many cities, it built my reputation up. And this is 2017. You're talking to a 35-year-old man who's been in for a long time. So I'm a late bloomer too. But so I'm still humble. And mind you, when I was doing all this stuff early grinding, I'm in my late 20s with a wife and kids. So if you ain't got no goddamn job that's like a full career, if you ain't got no wife and no kids, and you not out here trying to take these opportunities, Because, even when I'm driving to Jackson, I'm away from my wife and my kids and my family, and I'm spending money at their mouths or whatever. But I still made those sacrifices to know where I can boss up, and I'm bringing bread home. I'm not taking the money out of nobody's mouth or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important. If you're a young dude, man, you just living in your apartment, and you might still be staying at home, man, you got extra cash to burn. You better have your ass out here grinding and doing these free shows until you get to that point until you get that bag. So let's move forward. Fast forward, my bad. So. So now in 2018, because all the hard work I did in 2017 with the 15 states of bus situation, I was able to open up the Midwest. So I had a show. I had booked the show in Indiana. You know what I'm saying? And I had a show booked in 4 days later in Chicago. And so I was gonna fill in Cleveland and Detroit. So I was gonna do Indiana. I was gonna do Cleveland. So Indiana. I was going to do Cleveland, Detroit, then go to Chicago. Well, Cleveland and Detroit fell through. I could not make it. But I'd already bought a ticket flying into Indianapolis, you know what I'm saying, and flying out of Chicago. So I'm like, hell, what am I going to do? So I just saw that the homie, and I ain't going to say his name because he might want me to get off the plug. I asked the homie who I just saw who was up there in Wisconsin. I said, yo, bro, I saw you came back from Wisconsin. I got something up in the area. I asked when dates fall through. Who do I hit up? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, this is not even a year ago. The shows is in June. So we might be talking in April when this happened, of 2018. 34 years old. Full-time job, wife and kids. Both kids in elementary school. Like, real talk. So, I hit up the homie. He said, you need to hit up such and such. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say his name because I ain't giving up the plugs like that. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, my name is Marcel P. Black. Such and such referred me to you. I got a couple shows in the Midwest. Such and such fell through. I was wondering, do you got anything for me that I could be a part of? The dude was like, look, you know what I'm saying? Okay, if such and such co-sign you, you good with me. He was like, I can't really book you a show, but I can add you to a bill because I got Trife Diesel, you know what I'm saying, who was a Wu-Tang affiliate, you know what I'm saying, with the Theodore unit, you know what I'm saying? I got his show. And I can put you on the bill, you know what I'm saying? Now, I can't give you no money, but you can open up and get a 20-minute slot. Get a 20-minute spot, do your thing. Bet that up. So let me tell you about this whole situation. Whew, it's a lot. So I fly to Indianapolis. The show is in a suburb of Fort Wayne, Indiana, called New Haven. And that's like 2.5 hours away. Flying to Indianapolis, you know what I'm saying? The promoter who brought me to Indiana, he's going to put me on a shuttle to to Fort Wayne, and then we're going to do the show, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So the show going to start at 8 o'clock. I get there at noon. I get to Indianapolis at noon. My bags don't get there. They said my bags not get there till 6 p.m. Now, there's no way that I can wait in this airport all day, get my bags at 6 p.m., you know what I'm saying, and then get there on time. I'm going to miss my own show. It's my first ever headliner show in Indiana. And so I go ahead and I get on the shuttle. And they tell me, as soon as I almost get to Indiana, they tell me my bags are there. And so I set up a situation to where the shuttle can go back to the airport because they go back and forth from Fort Wayne to Indianapolis pretty much every hour on the hour. And so I give them all my permission, all my credentials. I have paid them to go get my bags, bring it back. I should have everything, you know what I'm saying, on deck by the time the show comes. Well, Southwest got a new policy. If I'm not there, I can't pick my bags up. So now I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana with no clothes. I asked the promoter to take me to Burlington. I give me a little something for the night. And you know what I'm saying? I didn't even have my merch. All I had was my merch. So I do the show, blah, 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 fast forward. It's not important. So now I got to get up the next morning. I get a rental car in Fort Wayne, drive 2 hours out my way from Fort Wayne, Indiana, all the way back to Indianapolis to go get my clothes. I should shower and shave at the airport, and I head up to Milwaukee. So me driving to Milwaukee from Fort Wayne, Indiana, might have been like 3.5, 4 hours. Now it takes me 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to go out my way from Fort Wayne, go back to Indianapolis, and then go back north to Milwaukee. I get to Milwaukee. It's like, I remember it was crazy because it was like 59 degrees and it was in June. And my southern ass ain't used to that. So I'm like, dang, I ain't bring no sleeves, nothing. All I had was polo cargos and shirts. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy. So fast forward, I get a pretty nice hotel. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I check in. And mind you, I did all this to go up my way for a free show that I'm not getting paid for. I'm not getting paid for at all. So, but it's an opportunity to open up a new market. I'm a country nigga. I ain't never been to Wisconsin before. This is the furthest north I've ever been in my life. I think. Well, is Minnesota further north than I don't know. I don't know, either Minnesota or I don't know. Anyways, at the time that might have been like the furthest north I've ever been in my life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm in Milwaukee and I do the show and I kill it. I go off. You know what I'm saying? The homeboy go up first. I go after him. I do my thing. I body it. It's nuts. And the show was really, really live. The homie Rick Riddles is there. I meet the homeboy Johnny Bravo, who this is very, very important later. But I meet them. I do my thing. So it's getting kind of late, and I got to take the rental car back to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Early, by like I want to say 11 o'clock in the morning. And with traffic coming from Milwaukee, a 45-minute drive is really almost an hour and a half, 2 hours. So that means I need to leave the hotel at least by 8 o'clock to get there on time, blah, 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 that. So now it's probably about 1 o'clock. And Trife Diesel ain't even went on yet. You know what I'm saying? And so I go talk to him. I'm like, yo, bro, you came to Baton Rouge in 2009. You probably don't remember, but I've been watching you. Congrats on everything, bro. I already supported your merch table. I said I ain't be able to stay for your whole set. You know what I'm saying? But, I just wanted to, chop it up with you. Tell you thank you for letting me on the bill. He was like, yo. He's like, what you got to do tomorrow? I said, I actually got an off day tomorrow, and I got a show in Chicago on Saturday. He said, hey, man, you want to hop on this tour with me? I said, what? You want me to do what? You want me to do what? He said, yeah, bro. He said, man, we always have openers, and don't want to be that dope. He was like, man, I ain't never heard nobody do this other shit like you do. You know what I'm saying? You should hop on this tour with me. You know what I'm saying? Finish the tour out. I like, bro, I can't finish like all the dates out, but I could do whatever. I could definitely do them all. Bet that up. So now I got to stay. You know what I mean? So I stay to the end of the night. This is when Snooch Gang was invented. It's an inside joke. We all got really, really wasted. I had to leave the venue till about 2:30 in the morning. Now, mind you, I didn't get paid, but I left almost $250 off of merch. I really, really did my shit. Selling CDs and selling T-shirts. They shop with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really, really fuck with me. I made a really, really good impression in Milwaukee, and I will be going back this summer. You know what I'm saying? But, so, that was really, really dope. I did my thing. Trife Diesel himself asked me to join the tour. So now Johnny Bravo's hit me up because he's managing the tour. And he makes sure, so I get on information. So I pull up on him in the Heartland Cafe the next night in Chicago. So what originally was going to be just me going to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then now I got to sit out for 2 days and then go to Chicago. Now I got 4 shows in a row, back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? We do Heartland Cafe. Recipes Heartland Cafe. I heard they recently closed down or whatever. I heard it was a really, really dope place for dope hip hop. Once again, I did my shit. I did my thing. I did really good. And so now Trife was like, yo, man, you sure we going to Indiana? We going to Kansas? We going to Missouri? I really want you. I said, man, I can't do it, bro, because, you know what I'm saying, I got this job situation. And, you know what I'm saying, and I already got a show, but I was like, I definitely want to do some more with y'all in the future. Boom. So that's that. So that's that Chicago show. Then I did another Chicago show with the Microphone Misfits, you know what I'm saying, for the Power Style Radio, and that was really, really dope. Boom. That's that. So I went from having just 2 shows in the Midwest to doing 4, hopping on a tour and having this opportunity. And I still made money because I sold merch. I did do $250 in Chicago the first night I went to Chicago, but I probably did about a cool $150 or whatever for a show that I could have just been at the home in expensive ass Chicago or not doing shit, spending money, wasting money. Because the thing about it is, when you're on the road, you want as least off days as possible. So sometimes you got to take that lick or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you're making some type of money and you have an opportunity to run through your stuff, rehearse, to network and promote or whatever. In this case, sell your merchandise or whatever. Create fans. It's all about creating fans. You know what I'm saying? We get so caught up on record labels. Look, they don't pay you, people pay you. You know what I'm saying? At this level, we're not at the thing where a machine or a corporation conglomerate pays us. We're at the level to where people pay us. They pay us with record sales. They pay us with buying music. They pay us with buying merchandise and ticket sales. So the opportunity to be in front of people at all times is your best bet any single time or whatever, especially if it's opportunity. So fast forward. Because, you know what I'm saying, I've never done New York before. You know, I'm a country boy from Oklahoma. That's like bucket list shit for me. Because I made such a good impression and handled myself as such a professional, you know what I'm saying, doing these free shows and doing my thing and networking and selling merch and you know, making sure I work my, you know, promote myself and working my material or whatever. I'm doing New York City for the first time in March. Opening up for Rec Riddles and Trife Diesel. New York City, and Stanhope, Brooklyn, the Delancey in Brooklyn, as well as Stanhope, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? All because now I could have been like, man, them niggas ain't paying shit. I get paid to rap. I get money, nigga. I ain't doing that shit. Fuck that. I have my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? To make something of myself, take advantage of this opportunity to show I'm worthy. This country fat nigga, you know, to represent Louisiana from Oklahoma, doing conscious hip hop, Southern as a motherfucker. I showed that I was worthy to rock with some of the best. I'm still in shows out here. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Trife Diesel, shout out to DJ M80, shout out to Rick Riddles, shout out to homeboy Johnny Bravo. That's like my second team, you know what I'm saying? We gonna work a lot. And so in March, I'm gonna be up in New Yiddy rocking with my people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really happy about that. But if I'd have been too uppity to not do a free show in Milwaukee, it'd never happen. And this is less than a year ago. A person who's already established and headlining shows and getting flown out and getting paid. I understood that the opportunity was much, much bigger than whatever dollar signs, you know, whatever couple, $200-$300 I could have maneuvered. You know what I'm saying? I built those relationships, and now I'm here. So that's that story. Now, if that don't teach you nothing, then I don't know what to tell you, whatever. All right. The last thing I want to talk about, this is the most important thing. All right, let me get a sip of water. So, back to getting money when you're not getting paid for shows. So, I've been preaching this. I'm going to keep preaching this. 2 ways to get paid to all artists. We not get paid for shows. 1, royalties, live performance royalties. 2, merchandise. I can tell you right now, I remember doing shows, not getting paid anything, not having any merch. I remember doing shows, not getting paid anything, and selling maybe, you know, I go to a good night, I might sell 15 CDs, $5 a pop. That's what? $150, right? That's not right. Hold up, get the calculator out. I can't think right now. 75 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Or I sell 20 CDs. That's $100 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And if nothing else, that was enough to cover my gas. I remember now when I kind of got my bread up. Imagine selling 15 CDs. Boom. $10 a pop. That's $150. Now I'm selling T-shirts for $20 a pop. So let's say I sell 7 T-shirts plus 7 times 20. That turns into $290 that quick. You know what I'm saying? So have your merchandise. Now people like Alfred and people like Big Low, man, they got hats, they got buttons, they got stickers. I know niggas who have boy shorts. You know what I mean? For women to wear. Man, I'm gonna tell you the craziest piece of merch I've ever seen. The OG Superstition was telling me he was on tour in North Dakota, and this white dude had his face on the inside of a dog bowl, selling bitches for like $30 a pop, and white folks is buying the fuck out of it. I mean, what you got a dog bowl for? He said, man, white people love their dogs. So now he got his face, he got his name on the inside of the dog bowl where the dog is drinking the water, eating the food out of. Plain and simple, bro. Merchandise, man. Merchandise. Sell CDs. If you need help, go to kunaki.com. You can get CDs for really, really cheap, like professional, bar-coded, shrink-wrap CDs, look like they go in the store or whatever. Have CDs on the road, people will buy them. The more professionally packaged they are, people will buy them. You know what I'm saying? CDs cost you almost $1 a pop, $1.10 a pop. You know what I'm saying? And you slang it for 10, you get money hand over fist. T-shirts, I know some people prices. Boom, you get them for this, you can damn near double your profit. You know what I'm saying? You can double what you're selling for or whatever. Sell them for double or more than that. You know what I'm saying? And you get your profit back real quick or whatever. So for me, I can pretty much cover what I pay for T-shirts in one night if I sell 5 CDs, 5 or 6 T-shirts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? One night, whatever I invested in, boom. So sell your merchandise. And I'm going to tell you, when you come in, the fans, the artists, the booking promoters, they look at you as much, much more professional. And they can tell, because the thing about getting paid shows, people will pay you if they know that you're getting paid. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're not getting paid yet, people are going to assume that you're getting paid if you carry yourself as a professional every single time. You do a good performance, you come early, you stay late, you support other people. If you're networking, if you're promoting, you have merchandise to sell, people will assume that you're somebody who gets paid, and that's how you gonna start getting paid. Now you start negotiating prices. This, that, and the third. Number two, publishing. There's a thing called ASCAP on stage. There's a thing called CSAC Live, a thing called BMI Live. My expertise is in BMI Live. It is very, very important that all artists own their publishing. You know what I'm saying? Having a writer's account and have a publishing account. Every single time your music is played out loud in a commercial setting, you are supposed to give live performance royalties. So that means if it's played on the radio, if it's played, on streams, if it's played satellite radio, if it's synced to license, you are supposed to get paid. That's considered a live performance. And then actually fucking rapping, if you have Fade to Flow, you're in Baton Rouge, and you have a song that you registered and you perform that shit, you're supposed to get paid from your performance right organization. You know what I'm saying? It's free to have a writer's account, and it costs from $150 to $250 depending on how you want to do it. If you want to be a sole proprietor, that means you're the only person on the actual publishing account. It's gonna cost you $150. If you want to register with a company or an LLC, a record label, it's gonna cost you $250. This shit goes into perpetuity. I said this last night in Fade to Flow rather. This is the reason why person like Michael Jackson was so rich, even though he spent so much money, because he owned the Beatles publishing. So any and every single time the Beatles get paid till this day, Michael Jackson still gets paid from these royalties. This is the reason why Puffy, Puffy allegedly took all the Lox's publishing to the point where they wasn't eating off the situation, and you had them niggas threatening to throw a damn steel refrigerator on them and all this other stuff or whatever. Like, publishing is super duper important, especially in the times of streams. Or whatever. So if you're a live performer, whatever, that's two ways you should always get paid. You get paid publishing 4 times a year, January, March, June, and September. Boom. So it is important that you do that. And let me tell you something, man, because radio don't pay shit, streams don't pay shit, you get X amount of dollars for every single song that you perform. So if you do, a lot of you dudes who are up and coming, y'all might do 6-7 songs a month. If you do 4 songs a month, you get paid for each song. That shit adds up. So now by the time the quarter's over, you done did goddamn 20-30 shows, in 3 or 4 months or whatever, and all that stuff adds up. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 songs every single time. So that adds up. You get the checks and they clutch. I always use it to reinvest. Sometimes I might use it to buy a plane ticket. I paid bills with it before. I paid car notes with it before. You understand what I'm saying? They vary depending on what you do. But it's very, very important that all live performers, you have your BMI Live, your CSAC Live, or your ASCAP on stage. If you have any questions about that, just ask me about it. I'll point you in the right direction or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Do not be too uppity to do free shows. Now, I'm going to tell you, it all goes with the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If you know me, I don't do shit for free. If I do something for free, that means it's a bomb-ass opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists, you might not be at the level I'm at. You might be above where I'm at. But I'm going to tell you, I know people who will take a lick, who make bunch of money. But if it's a situation to where the opportunity outweighs whatever you can negotiate, they're going to do the shit. Be it local or be it national or international or whatever situation it is, whatever. Never, ever, 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 ever pay to play. But don't use not getting paid for a show as an excuse to miss out on an opportunity that can be life-changing. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it for that. If you want to have a conversation about this, definitely go to marcelpblack.com. All my social media, marcelpblack.bandcamp.com, at marcelpblack on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Comment on the YouTube. I'm still figuring this YouTube thing out, but make sure you comment on the YouTube or whatever. I'm definitely going to be blasting it out there, putting it on my website. Well, it's goddamn almost 3 in the morning now, so I'm going to try to work on this tonight and have it for tomorrow. I took Martin Luther King Day off. I took a really, really long nap. That's what happened, and I totally forgot that I needed to get up and do this, and I'm wide awake right now, so I was like, while I'm wide awake, I might as well put some work in or whatever. For all my streamers, go to mixcloud.com/Black Thoughts Radio. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I I got an EP dropping probably about a month from now. I'm gonna drop the name for it soon. I got the video for Hallelujah coming real soon. So I'm trying to give y'all content, man. I got the behind the. I'm working on the behind the scenes for Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying, with the homeboy Shin. So I'm gonna try to just give y'all more content, let y'all know what's going on. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank y'all for listening. If you was listening, boom. I'm gonna try to be fresher next time and whatever, all this other cool whatever. But yeah, Allah Mahabe, freedom.